So in today's video I will be telling you about a guitar I got recently, a guitar which I love, but a guitar I had to do quite a bit of work to get it playing to how I like it, and a guitar which I have an issue with. So maybe you can help me with this. That will be near the end of the video. I hope you enjoy it. Hi there folks, welcome to Dunzy's Guitar World. Now the other week there, I did something that I very rarely do. No, it wasn't anything like that. I bought a guitar which was new. Now I very rarely buy new guitars. I'll maybe make a video on that at some point. But anyway, I bought a brand new guitar which arrived in this box here. Now I think we can all guess what was in here because it has been unboxed. In fact, I will spare you the pain of all the noise of me unboxing a guitar, and we'll quickly fast forward through it and we'll get the first look, the first impression of when the guitar arrived. Here it is. It is a vintage V65 Jazzmaster style guitar. It is a beautiful looking guitar. So this, including delivery to my door, was £260. Could not believe it. I was just flicking through eBay one night and I saw it and I thought that's a beautiful looking guitar. And then I saw the price, 260 quid. Now I have owned I think 3 or 4 other vintage guitars, and they were all really good guitars. So I thought, I'll take a punt on this at £260. So the first thing I do when I get a guitar out of the box is get up to pitch, get it in tune, plug it in, see how it sounds, see how it plays straight from the off. So what I did was, I recorded a tune. So this is the tune recorded as soon as I took this out of the box and got up to pitch. So not only does it look good, it sounds good. So that was it straight out of the box. Now the first thing I noticed was the strings were a bit heavy for me. I've got old man fingers. I think they maybe shit with 10s. So I wanted to put 9s on it. And I also found the action was a little bit high for me. So I thought that's easy enough to fix. All I need to do is, I just need to put the bridge down a little. But, get a bit closer here because I'm in business. What I found was the bridge was already at its lowest point, so the strings would not come down any further. I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought the strings are going to have to stay this height. So after a quick bit of searching on the internet, the experts told me what you need to do in order to raise the string height of the bridge. You need to get a shim, you need to shim your neck, Dunzy. So I had to go back onto the internet and get 3 shims. Now don't get me wrong, the guitar did play okay. As you could see in that video, it played fine and it sounded great, but I just could not get the string height down to suit my playing style. So there I am, back on the internet. 3 days later, 3 shims arrived. Now during the time that it took for the shims to arrive, I thought I'll have a look underneath the hood, as it were, underneath the scratch plate. Maybe I might want to change these pickups at some point. I mean, to be perfectly honest, they sound good, but just for my own peace of mind, I thought it's probably quite easy to change the pickups in this. So I took all the screws out of the scratch plate and then I went to pull it off. But bizarrely, and I've never seen this before, the posts, the actual bridge posts, seemed to be on top of the pickguard. I could not take the pickguard off without removing the bridge posts. And what I found was, on the one bridge post that I could remove, because I couldn't get the other one out at all, on the one that I could remove there was like a tiny little shim of wood. I don't think this broke out of the body. I mean, it may well have, but I don't think so. It was like there was a bit of wood that was kind of shimmed in, holding the post in. So what I found was I could not take the scratch plate off this guitar, which I guess is fine at this point in time, because I don't want to upgrade the pickups. I don't want to change the pickups. They sound really, really good. But if I ever wanted to do it, I'd have to take it to a luthier. I mean, not an amateur like me. I'd have to take it to someone to remove the other bridge posts, which I just could not remove. Now, I don't know if this is the same in all of these vintage V65s. I don't know. So there you go. If you're planning on taking the scratch plate off your vintage V65, you may have some issues getting the scratch plate over the bridge post. You may have to take the insert out of the body, if you can indeed get the bridge post insert out of the body. So anyway, so I just put it all back together, and I put the shim in when it finally arrived, and that really, really helped, because I think it had been previously, like at the 12th fret, it was about 3.5mm, which was just too high for me. And once I changed the neck angle, I got that down to about just over 2. So it was just much easier to play for my style of playing. So with all that said, I haven't changed the pickups because they are really, really good. And just to prove that, here's some clean sounds and some overdrives from the vintage V65. So yeah, I don't think I need to change the pickups. I think these pickups sound really, really good. So that was just in isolation. Let's hear another tune where I've tried to use as many sounds from the stock pickups as I could. So again, this is highlighting just what a great sounding guitar this is. I mean, it really is, you know. I don't think I'll be changing these pickups at all. And it plays really well now. I've put the shim in and, you know, I'm happy with it. Apart from one thing. And the only thing I could work out how to fix this issue was with this bit of foam. So let's listen to a bit of palm muted higher gain sounds. I mean, this isn't like a Mesa Boogie. I think this was just an overdriven Marshall. Did you hear that? It's like a high-pitched, bell-like sort of whiny whistle going on. In the background there is something vibrating on this guitar. No jokes, folks. Something vibrating on this guitar which is just causing that sound. Now I thought maybe this is common to all Jazzmaster guitars, but what I did was I plugged in my Squier Jazzmaster and I did the same thing. So that doesn't do it. I mean, what it is harmonics coming from the strings behind the bridge, and this guitar is just so bad for it when you're doing higher gain and you're palm muting. I mean, when I was recording some music, it's really obvious. You know, when you're playing, you just hear this wee, trying hard to balance this in one hand here. I'll just put it down. So what I tried to do was try and stop those harmonics from happening on the area of the string behind the bridge. Now, like I said, I think all Jazzmasters are kind of prone to this slightly, but this, you know, I wouldn't say unusable, but it was definitely annoying, really annoying. So I thought I'll try and stop that. I'll put a little bit of foam just down at the end of the string, so I tried that. That wasn't really any better either. So what I did was I had to get this bit of foam and roll it up into like a sausage and put it right behind the bridge so the strings are resting on that, and it seems to have stopped that harmonic ringing. So that definitely has stopped it. I guess it leaves me with the issue is, if I want to use this guitar for recording, it's fine, you know, if I'm just using it in the house, I can just put this foam sausage, as it were, in here and that will stop it. But if I ever go to a gig, I'm going to have to carry about a bit of gig foam to put underneath there. So I'm looking for a bit of help here. I'm not overly familiar with the Jazzmaster guitars. The only other one I've ever played actually is my Squier Jazzmaster one. So if anybody has ever had this issue with a Jazzmaster, just with that kind of harmonic string ringing going on behind the bridge, have you found a way to stop that? Because I'm not entirely sure how to do it apart from the aforementioned foam sausage. So to sum up, I do really like this guitar. The neck shape, the neck profile is just perfect for me. Like I said, I will put all the specs at the end of the video over the top of a bit of music I recorded with this. So this is just perfect for me. It's a perfect neck shape. The frets are immaculate. There are no issues whatsoever with the frets. There's nothing sharp. This is probably one of the best guitars I've ever had for frets. Big frets, easy to play. Once I put the shim in, I got the action down a bit, and it's just a great guitar. It stays in tune. Although one thing I would say is, if you pull it up a lot, as it were, if you don't put it back down, it stays slightly sharp. So I mean, I guess the secret here is, if you're doing remember not to leave it up there. It goes, the whole guitar goes slightly sharp, about 15 to 20 cents sharp. So just to make sure you're kind of putting it back to the middle. But overall, it's a lovely guitar, feels great, plays great, and it sounds really, really good. Like I said though, if you ever wanted to change the pickups, you may have an issue getting this whole kind of scratch plate assembly off, getting the stock pickups out. For £260, this is a great guitar, but as you've seen in this video, and maybe if you buy one of these, you may have some work to do to get it playing to your sort of specs, to your style, to how you play, to how you like your action set up. The intonation was perfect as well. I've not had to change anything like that. It was just all good. So it's a great guitar, great sounding guitar, great playing guitar, but it did need a bit of work. So for the final part of the video, I put a tune together to try and capture more sounds of these stock pickups, and over the top of that tune I will put all the specs of this guitar. As ever folks, it's a privilege and a pleasure bringing you content on Dunsi's Guitar World. Cheers for now.